Well, now shifting our focus to the race to power in the U.S., it seems the luck of the Democrats has taken a turn for the better in the past few weeks. And that is since U.S. President Joe Biden ended his campaign, making way for Vice President Kamala Harris to become the party's presidential nominee. Harris is now heading into the Democratic National Convention, which has kick-started in Chicago. Harris, along with her running mate Tim Walz, was seen arriving in Chicago ahead of the DNC. The Democratic leader's campaign has broken records for fundraising, packed arenas with supporters, and turned the polls in some crucial battleground states in their favor. Ahead of the convention, the duo made a pit stop at Pennsylvania, where the incumbent vice president subtly implied on stage that her rival, former U.S. President Donald Trump, was a coward.
This campaign is about a recognition that, frankly, over the last several years, there's been this kind of perversion that has taken place, I think, which is to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, when what we know is the real and true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what we see as strength. We know what strength looks like. That's what strength looks like. Anybody who's about beating down other people is a coward.
Scores of pro-Palestinian demonstrators continue to gather outside the convention center in Chicago, demonstrating against the United States' support for Israel's war in Gaza. Calls of shut down the DNC are also being sounded, with many calling for an arms embargo on Israel.
To end the genocide in Gaza and the siege on Gaza, and we need an arms embargo on Israel to, completely stop sending weapons, stop sending aid to Israel. That is the first step of a ceasefire.
During her campaign trail in Pennsylvania, the vice president stressed on her support for a ceasefire to soothe tensions in West Asia. Meanwhile, Planned Parenthood will be providing abortion services as well, though a mobile health center in the vicinity of the DNC. The facility will offer its services to anyone who makes an appointment, delegate or otherwise. The move will showcase the polar opposite stance of the Blue Party, which has in the recent years traded blows with the GOP and its supporters over abortion rights in the U.S. Biden is also expected to kick off the convention with a speech that is expected to hand the torch over to the current Vice President Kamala Harris. The four-day convention is expected to draw in thousands of supporters who will tune in to see Harris and Walz formally accept the Democratic nominations. Harris herself is scheduled to speak on August 22nd, which is the final day of the convention.